and welcome. Oh, I don't know what I did.
Oh,
Oh, it wasn't good at all.
hey,
Welcome back to another episode of
we tried therapy. And today's episode is our first topic based episode. And as you can tell by the title, we're going to be talking about dream jobs versus jobs that pay the bills. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Before we start, we're going to have our decompress sesh. How was your week, love?
How was my week? I didn't do anything.
Oh yeah, you were off work, wasn't you?
I was off work.
That's good.
But you know what? It was a bit up and down. I felt like I was happy. But was I happy? Oh my god. It was a good week. I think being off this week made me realize I need to like reduce my days at work because I miss out so much on real life. What the hell?
Yeah, I know. Work really does take up a lot of
Literally.
your time.
And I went to my brother's sports day, and that was really fun. That made me like think, damn, like life is meant for living. Like why we
Life
work?
is worth living.
I knew you were gonna do that.
Ooh.
Oh my god. Working is just not it. Like it made me think, damn, if I was working today, I would have missed out on all of this. And it was actually really fun.
Yeah, it was nice.
I got to see adults fall.
I
It was a good time.
miss sports day in primary school.
No, literally. Yeah. But I feel like halfway through it, I was kind of just like, I had moments of feeling like meh. But I feel like it's because I had nothing to do.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like if you have time off, you have to like plan what you're gonna do
Yeah.
in order to not like, yeah. But it was a good time.
Yeah.
How was your week?
My week was actually really busy. I don't know, this week at work, I don't know, it just felt like there was so much to do. And it didn't help that it was warm as well. So you know when everything just feels a little more stressful.
Yes.
So I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit stressed out this week. And I did find out from my job that they're going to continue to have me on, but my other half at work is not continued on, and I'm really upset about that. But
Okay,
R.I.P. for real.
She's still living. She's gonna be alright.
But yeah, I've been preparing to go to France because I'm gonna go to France not next week, basically,
This
like yeah, this week. Which I'm really excited about because I'll finally have a break, go to the beach, take a dip in the pool,
Dip in the pool.
a
Hello.
trip to the spa.
Goodbye, skies of gray.
No,
Okay.
that's okay then. But because I knew what you meant.
Goodbye, skies of gray. Hello,
no.
skies of. See, you try to
No,
gaslight
because
me.
it's the way
I
you
don't
sang
know.
it. You wasn't singing it right, but now you sang it right, so I get
The
it.
whole world according to
Excuse me.
Bitch, continue. Oh my god.
Ice teas.
From England.
So let's get into the topic of dream jobs versus jobs that pay the bills.
So the first question is, what was your dream job when you were younger, and how has it changed in life? Or has it changed?
My dream job when I was a child was, I had this majority of my childhood, but I always wanted to be a singer. I was always singing, dancing in the playground. Like, I was actually always forcing people to do. I was actually forcing them to do like the singing competition. I always used to make my friends sing in front of the class. It's like I made them sing because I was so obsessed with the Barbie and the Diamond Castle. I remember once they didn't even know the words, but I told them we're gonna do this, and I made them sing. What's the song that they sing on stage and it's really emotional? I can't remember, but not
I only
connected.
know Barbie, you know the Princess Rock one. That's what came to my mind.
Really?
Yeah.
But you know the Diamond Castle.
Probably.
Sorry, I digress. No, it's I feel connect. That's the Diamond Castle. Yeah.
Like,
But anyways, regardless, I was always singing,
Yeah.
dancing. I was just like a theater kid at heart.
I can't believe you made them do
I
that.
know. I think about that when I was like, damn, they must have hated me.
Yeah.
Because I took the lyrics at the front and I was making them like
This is
bit
your
by
part.
bit.
Okay.
And they didn't even know the words.
This is your part.
Oh, I was such a dictator. Oh my gosh.
As you should be. Period.
But once I got to secondary school, I sort of lost that spark because I stopped. I felt like other people didn't really believe in me, so I just didn't believe in myself. So I started I just went on different avenues. So I wanted to become a lawyer at some point.
Yeah,
So
you
do you remember
did.
I wanted to become a lawyer in secondary school, which I guess was sort of on brand because I just felt like I was honestly trying to defend people's honor all the
That is,
time. Do you
you're
know what I
not
mean?
far from it.
That wasn't it wasn't that far fetched of an idea. So I had
And then the fact that you loved reading
yeah, I loved English. And
English.
it was something I was like I thought 100% I'm gonna do.
That period.
Um, and that changed again when I went to sixth form. I really think it was. I don't think it was by chance that I ended up at the sixth form that I did because I encountered so many musicians. It's just funny because it wasn't a music school whatsoever,
Mm,
and
period.
they made me fall back in love with it, with uh like the idea of acting as well. Like I encountered like people and teachers that got me inspired again with the creative arts. So I went back into um thinking about acting and singing. So I was into a lot of musical theatre back in sixth form. But I was really worried about that not being a bad idea. I just thought, let me just stick to it as a hobby. So I applied for social work as I think we mentioned this in the last episode, but I applied for social work as like my uni, like I was gonna go to uni for social work. And I passed, I got good grades for my A levels, but I just didn't feel right to go. So last minute I just declined all my offers and I said, let's wing it.
Period.
I said just let's just wing it, and I just left. And ever since then, I've just been trying to explore the music industry, and I joined a part-time drama school so I could train as an actor. And I feel like, yeah, I think it obviously clearly my journey has changed quite a bit, but it felt very full circle because I came right back to what I wanted to do as a child, which feels a bit
Period.
endearing actually. It's quite
There you
sweet.
go.
I think younger me would be very proud, but I think
Damn.
I think
Right.
I think so. I'd hope
Yeah.
so, but I think I still have a lot to learn because there's still a lot of fear that holds you back. I keep, when you keep thinking you need to have a backup plan, and my
Oh, yeah.
job currently is my backup plan.
Mm.
So I haven't really been focusing on the actual
Singing part.
dream.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, what about you?
Period. What did I want to do?
As a child, did you want to be a doctor?
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, I wanted to be a doctor, but I never specified like
What
what
kind?
kind of doctor I wanted
Yeah.
to be. I didn't know what exactly I wanted. I just know I wanted to do something with helping people. Um, and that hasn't really changed if I'm being honest, because I'm literally still like in that field. I'm in the
Yeah. You
medical
love
field.
helping people.
I do, but
Mm.
do I really?
Oh, she does.
Do I?
Yes, she does.
Okay.
In all aspects and avenue of your life, you
Do
love helping.
really?
You do.
Are you
You don't
sure?
see that in yourself.
Are we the same?
You don't see that in yourself. That like you're
Um.
genuinely such a caring person. You know that you put people first before
Oh my god!
you put people
Stop.
first.
You love me.
Oh, go away.
um. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think.
You should see that in yourself. I want you to.
Oh my god.
That's something. That's such one of your biggest traits in our friendship.
Daddy, stop.
Do you see how we can't be serious for 1 minute? I'm here giving it a compliment about her personality.
Daddy, chill.
Daddy, chill.
Yeah, I did always want to be a doctor as a child. I didn't know what kind of doctor I wanted to be, but I knew I wanted to do something that had to do with helping people. How has that changed? I feel like as I got a bit older, I think I started getting a bit more nervous when it comes to helping people, like medically, in terms of
Really?
yeah, because I don't know, I don't want to go to help you and I don't know what to do. Medical emergency stresses me out.
Do you remember that time where you had? I was thinking about this the other day when you had to go
With the
assist
stabbing.
with someone with the stabbing.
Yeah, but I did it though. But I
You
was
did.
shaking. Ooh, the boots was shaking.
Do you see this? Am I shaking?
But yeah, I still do get a bit nervous when it comes to helping people. But I am glad that I'm in something that's to do with helping people. I just feel like it's just a really stressful job.
Yeah.
But in terms of if that's changed, that hasn't changed because I still wanna be in the medical field and I still want to be a doctor, except for now I know what type of doctor I want to be. I want to be a dentist.
Yeah.
I want to be a dentist. A
Mhm.
dentist. I
Sub
want to be a dentist.
question.
Let me see your teeth. Yeah.
You really do love teeth. Sub
No.
question for you. Well, what was the moment you think you realized 100% I want to be a dentist?
Damn.
Right?
Okay.
Right off the cranium,
Do
you
you know
know.
what I mean?
Right off the
Serious.
cranium. That was.
Um, that's crazy. Do you know what? I feel like the moment. Well, first of all, I'm just someone that I have to be something in life. I just have to.
100%.
And so when I started doing my apprenticeship as a dental nurse, I just knew I could never stop there.
Mm.
It wouldn't be big enough for me. Not even big enough for me in that way, but me personally on the inside, I wouldn't be satisfied. Like I would be
Mm.
like, I need to be greater and to be
That's
better.
called ambition.
Oh my god,
I
I got a
love
lot
an
of that.
ambitious. I love an
Um,
ambitious woman.
yeah, I realized that I would enjoy dentistry a bit more if I was doing the other side of it
Mm.
and not the nursing side of it, because I did enjoy dentistry, but I just hated, like, and hate is strong. Yeah, I don't like it. Um, like I didn't enjoy certain parts of nursing as much. I want to be the big guy.
Yeah.
I want to call the shots.
Mm.
And then it just made sense as well because I was already in that field. I've already spent 2 years of my life doing it.
Yeah.
Why not? Like it didn't make sense for me to then go again and start something new, and I still wouldn't have known what type of doctor I would want to be. Whereas this just makes a lot more sense, and
Mm.
I get the title, I get the money,
Yeah.
I get the respect.
Heavy on the money, man.
Heavy,
Mhm.
heavy. I get the respect. And I still get the fulfillment of what I wanted, and I
Mm.
can still be my own boss and still feel fulfilled in terms of
Yeah.
like achievement wise.
I feel like that kind of made me think of something because sometimes do you ever wonder with the career path that you want to choose that like if are you considering this because of the money and what comes with it, or genuinely because no, this is what I'm passionate about, this is what I want to do, this is because I know I'm gonna
Ooh.
love it, it's not gonna feel like work to me, this is gonna feel like
Period.
the dream.
Ooh,
Do you know what I mean?
okay.
And I think I think
Do you know
about it
what?
quite
I
often
think that's
sometimes.
so true. It's not just about the money bit, but also about social status. I feel like I think about
Yeah,
that a
yeah,
lot.
yeah. Me too.
Society wise, like,
Yeah.
oh, is this deemed as a big career? Like,
Mm.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what
I
you mean.
mean, we all say yes, like, every job matters. Everyone has to do, someone has to do something, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But in reality, there are certain jobs that are held to higher standards or people
Exactly.
respect a lot more. And
Yeah.
I think for me, I feel like that's been a big part of,
Mm.
like, especially as being younger,
Yeah.
that was growing up, that was always in like the back of my mind. I need a career that's deemed as respectable.
Yeah.
Um and also as I got older, it became about respectable and money.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
I feel like, yeah,
That's what, because
I feel
I
as well.
think it's such a valid point that I feel like nobody really wants to keep it real when it comes to that kind of thing. Everyone's
No.
like, no, but it's genuinely something I dream about and I'm passionate about. And like, I had to really think to myself generally very hard about the career path I wanted to go down because one, it's very competitive, as is all things in life. But also, am I doing this because, obviously, like we spoke about this in another episode, but we didn't have the best time like in adolescence necessarily. So I know my main thought process was, don't worry, when I get out of here one day I'm gonna be someone big and you're all gonna like
Mm.
respect me. You know, that's
Mm.
that was what I used to think is like,
Damn.
like
Yeah.
in all honesty, it's like then really had to think about it and think to myself, is this generally because you want this, or is this because you want to prove a
Prove a
point?
point.
Is this because you want to
Ooh, that was
be
deep.
front and center? You know what I mean? I don't know,
Yeah.
it's something that really I think that sits on my heart a lot. And
Yeah.
like
And that's why I included that social like
status bit,
bit,
yeah.
because it really is a thing. I feel like there's a lot of pressure with it. I feel like we think about it a lot more than like like we actually think,
Yeah, because some
Um
people genuinely just want to seek out these things because they know, like, this is gonna make me feel good,
mm,
and I'm gonna prove others wrong.
mm.
That was my mentality
Can I
back
just
in
say as
school, was I
well,
wanted to prove people
it
wrong.
really is. I also think it also is a cultural thing in the Black community, in like Asian communities. I think we're raised to like to want to, or to like reach for the higher jobs,
Yeah,
to reach
reach
for
for the
the higher
stars essentially.
careers,
Yeah,
exactly. And so
that nothing less
exactly.
mentality.
And then also there are people out there that are like happy with doing
Yeah,
smaller jobs, but I feel like especially in our community, I feel like even if we would be happy doing a smaller job, we're very hard on ourselves. Oh, what's my parents gonna think or something like that.
Yeah,
Like,
I feel like with like immigrant slash migrant families,
mm,
we really wanna, especially if you're like first generation, you really want to make your parents proud,
mm,
and especially because they sacrifice so much for you to have a better life,
mm.
so that when they, when you come down here, I think sometimes you put the pressure on yourself that, especially it starts from school,
It
like
does.
you need to have good grades.
Oh,
You need like all parents even used to have me shook.
I was never scared because my mother was great.
I was
She
good.
Said, she said, "Do your
You
best."
know what? My current, it was never about my grades. It was more about like it was always the thing of they always
Behavior.
used to say she's great, she's bubbly, she's just a chatterbox.
Oh my god,
And look at me now. They were always
chatting
saying
away. They didn't lie.
that. But yeah, anyways, I feel like we put the pressure on ourselves to, we need to make them proud. We need to, uh, you know, I was talking about this with my sister the other day, but like sort of building your wealth backwards, which feels like it
Ooh.
probably doesn't make that much
Eh,
sense.
It don't, but that's what we're
But
doing.
that's what you feel like you have
Yeah.
to do, is I need to make sure that they're good,
Yeah.
I need to make sure I get, like, this dream job has to match a dream salary.
Ooh.
Then so that way you can do, like, I want them to now be comfortable because they did so much,
Yeah.
they made so many uncomfortable decisions in
Mm.
order for me to be okay,
Period.
and I think maybe the question was delved to different directions, but essentially that, I think that's the thought process a lot when it comes to deciding your dream job and thinking about what it is that you actually want to do and what's right for you. And
Yeah.
I think we still, obviously, like, we're still so young, these decisions could change.
It could change, but I feel like we're such grounded people, and we're so. I feel
Driven.
like
We're
we're
very
so
driven.
big on making, exactly. We're so big on like getting there.
Yeah, grind,
that
grind.
I
It's
don't
funny.
think we would keep. We're
Yeah,
people that would keep changing.
it's funny because obviously it's on our like next set of questions, but it's so hard, the idea of doing the grind versus like the real life, like you wanting to
Exactly.
be productive,
Ooh.
but
Like
also
the thought
battle
process behind it
is a
and
lot.
actually doing it.
Yeah.
Ooh, girl.
Next question, maybe.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Next question is, how have you been finding balancing work life versus working towards your personal goals?
I think that's such a big question.
Mm.
And oh, girl.
Mhm.
Oh, it takes me it takes me out.
It's hard. It's so hard.
Really hard.
I never realized how hard it was going to be because, was you ever that? I know we probably were those people making those plans of, like, when you make a schedule about what your week should look like. I
Yeah.
stopped doing
You were
that because it was
definitely
very
you were
unrealistic.
definitely that person.
Yeah, I had like timetables about, and I never followed it because it was so unrealistic.
Very.
It didn't match around work life and
It
whatsoever.
just, and it goes to show you the jump from secondary school, like from like being in the education system and then straight into working life is such a jump, because I feel like you had so much time to be able to balance your life. Even though you're studying, like, you had time to balance your life, but working is so different.
Yeah.
Like, I find it's really hard to balance that life because, well, most people are doing a 9 to 5, but when you finish your 9 to 5, I don't know about you, but I'm so tired.
So tired.
I'm so done.
And it's the thing is, you already had a plan at the beginning of the day or the day before. Like, I know I'm not the only one. Those 3 a.m. spurts of motivation.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I've been playing music, and I'm thinking, yeah, tomorrow my life's gonna change. I'm gonna make decisions that changes me forever.
Period.
Do I do them?
No. And that's okay.
And it's so hard because you generally I think it's so hard because it's that like internal battle of really trying to figure out, like, I really want to do this because this is going to drive me towards where I want to be, but I haven't. It's been, you're so tired. You're so like, you're emotionally drained.
If you're working 5 days a week, all right, for example, you start at 10, but technically you don't start at 10. You need to wake up early, you need to travel there, and then, as you said, part-time drama school. Then after you finish work, you can't do anything in between that space between work and going to drama school. You need to head there,
and then the weekend comes and you just want to rest. You just want to sleep.
bro. I go to work. I do my 8:45 to 4:45. I
Mm,
finish that. I come home and I go to the gym. I go to the gym for like an hour, maybe an
yeah.
hour and a half, and then I come home. I'm already tired from work, and then
Yeah,
you
yeah.
added on gym. Oh, I'm finished.
Yeah.
And then I come. By the time I have a shower and I have dinner, it's bedtime. I
Yeah, it's
can't
time
even
to go
watch
to
a
sleep.
movie. No,
Yeah,
nothing. It's
yeah,
bedtime. Then I wake up and you basically repeat that for a whole 5 days.
yeah.
Weekend comes. We're going nowhere.
But
We're not going out. We're staying at home.
do you have the money as well? Like
No.
that?
If and that's the other thing. Oh my god. You work like a dog. Day and night.
Living up a cup of banana you want to touch.
And I still ain't got no money.
I think it's also another thing when it comes to finding time for anything. Another thing is, if I'm being like very open and honest, is I've been finding it hard to make time for God, and I really want to, and I really try my hardest, but then I also get that guilt of it's what I'm doing isn't enough. In every aspect of life is in spiritual life it's not enough, in spending time with my friends it's not enough, seeing people I haven't seen in a while it's not enough, in like doing the hobbies I want to do, like reading, I'm not giving enough time here, and then at the same time you're also feeling like you're really not giving enough time to work, and it's like it's like you're
There's
putting
no
this
time.
mindset and pressure on yourself of like, and that's why I do firmly believe that like as time goes on we're going to really learn to learn what the balance is. I think generally because we've just started this real adult life, journey, if it's going, the figuring out process is going to be so difficult,
But that's
and
that's
that's what we're
my
doing.
whole see? This is where my mind be going on a spiral.
See?
Because in fact, to link back to what you were talking about in terms of spirituality, see, this is when which is actually quite bad, but this is when I'm over it. Because once you hear me say, you know what? I'm gonna put it in God's hands. I'm over it.
You know what? You always should. It should always be in God's hands, man. Leave it
you
to
just
like
know.
genuinely, because I think we're such people who feel like
we need to figure
it out ourselves, and we never ever. And I think that's a problem. It's always always those days where I'm just like, hold on, I should actually sort of let God take some load off of me right now, because I'm not doing that. I feel like you have to carry the weight on
only
your
God
shoulders.
can do it.
Only God can do it. Only God can.
I'm so ready to get it.
I genuinely think, like, it's we are putting the pressure on ourselves so much
also,
to have it all figured out.
Not
when
really.
No one has it figured out. Everyone's pretending. Clock it. Everyone's faking it. Everyone's faking it.
Oh my god! But we're not admitting that, so we have to keep faking it.
Yeah, because it's a cycle. Because no one wants to be honest about it with each other. Like, I don't think I could sit and work with my people and be like, yeah, I'm struggling with it all. They might just refer me to HR. I don't know.
The thing about it is as well, it's just so hard to balance, because as you said, yes, we're only now starting the journey, but the fact that we are starting the journey now, I feel like you're saying yes, as we go along it's going to be easier to balance, but right now it's like I feel
It's
like
hard.
people in our 20s, like it's like we really are trying to balance it, but at the same time everyone in their 20s, they're so on the grind, they're so about their money, and I'm here for it because we see how hard it is, and we're like, listen, we cannot let it catch us. We're trying to get out of it, right? And so we're all on the grind, and because we're on that, we just don't have time. Like, there's just no time.
But I do also think as well that, like, I know everyone is trying to do the grind thing, but I do think there is a false, I guess there's like people are putting on this facade, which is fair enough, because it's like it's very hard to be vulnerable about what's going on, but people are genuinely going online, and you see people do that, oh, come with me to my 9 to 5, to my 5 to 9, and it's so perfectly structured of they're eating good, they've gone to the gym, and now they're writing in their journal or something, and they're cooking, and then at the same time they're doing their vision boards, and they've got like, oh, I'm gonna start planning my business, and and it's like,
it's not realistic.
it's like, yeah, it's 100% with time, but then there's gonna be those days, those days where it's generally just down. It's like I'm not going to the gym today because I'm tired.
Yeah,
I'm gonna order takeout because cooking is a lot for me right now. drink some water, go to bed. And it's like, and I think also you people, I mean, I know I do anyways, is that you start to look at what's in front of you because you see people who are your age, maybe even younger, and you're thinking, they've got all this. What am I doing? How am I need to lock
I
in
have
and
to,
get it
yeah.
together. And so you have this constant pressure of lock in, that you never truly
Let's lock out.
do.
I'm ready to lock out.
Lock the door,
Please,
man.
somebody lock me out. I'm done. Cut the
I do think though with personal goals, I do think although it is a bit unrealistic to have about, actually I think with whatever your capacity is, me personally, I don't think we should speak for everyone, but me personally, I don't think if I set myself um 5 goals to do in 1 week, it's not going to happen. However, stretching them out and being realistic with my plan and what works for me, and actually, taking a minute and sitting down and being like, hold on, actually, let's focus on this one thing for now. And once we reach that, brilliant. Let's move on to the next,
See, I wish I had that mindset because
Oh.
me, on the other hand, as you said, them 3 a.m. little thought
Yeah,
bubbles, I be thinking, and I'm like, listen, okay, we gonna wake up in the morning, we gonna eat good,
yeah.
right? We ain't gonna have no carbs today, period.
See, that
No
right there was
juice.
just unrealistic. I love carbs so much.
We're gonna be a good person today, okay? We gonna wake up, we're gonna go to our work, we're gonna have a good day, we're gonna come up, we're gonna do this beautiful workout, okay? I'm gonna come back, have a bath, I'm gonna be so energized. I crumb everything into one because when you just have a productivity high, or like
Yeah.
a
That's a good way of putting
I
it.
want to be like
Yeah.
you have one of those moments, and I'll be spiraling, girl. I'll be like, ooh, you finna be the next,
Yeah. That's why
and
I
I try to
think.
cram it all in one, and
Yeah.
then I fail.
Yeah, I think that's the problem, is the standards are too high.
Yeah.
And I think that's okay. You just, for now, we just have to climb there first. Let's not rush straight up to it, And I think
That's what I'm working on.
that's what
Yeah.
we I think I agree. I think that's something I also need to work on as well. I feel like you'll be so much more fulfilled that way, because I think the constant feeling of being like setting yourself all these goals and then not achieving them, you feel so miserable, and you really you're so
It
hard
puts
on
you down.
yourself.
Yeah, it does,
you proper put yourself down, and it's like, no, you're actually human and you're trying, and I think the idea of actually being hard on yourself is just like, it's not good for the self-esteem one.
Yeah.
It's not
But
good
again,
for your
it all
mindset
comes
either.
from wanting to be something in
Yeah,
life, and wanting, like, that's literally where it stems from. We all just want to be something, and we all want to be successful.
Be somebody, if you wanna go somewhere.
I'm not the problem.
Sorry, sister act.
The next question is: have you ever been burnt out from trying to do it all?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, for sure. I think
100%, 1,000%.
Have you got an example of you doing that?
I think that ties back into not also having a balanced work life and personal life as well. Because for me, my burnouts come from working all the time. I feel like those are all the burnouts I
Yeah,
get. I get like mental and physical burnouts. And it stems from overthinking, overworking, and like not being able, me personally, not being able to do the things that I want to do in the moment makes me feel depressed.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like my burnout isn't from working towards my goals. It's from not working.
Not what?
Oh,
you hit the nail, girl. You hit the hammer on the nail.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah. You ask this every time. Every time you say that saying.
That saying gets me so bad.
I know what you
the
mean.
The nail on the hammer. No, the hammer on the.
Exactly.
But I feel like there was a head on there.
You hit the
hammer on the head. Shut up.
That's what makes me feel burned out, is doing things that has nothing to do with what
you
aligns with my
life.
heart and the things that feel good for me.
Who came up with this idea of like dream job? Why are we dreaming about working? I'm so sick. Who came up with this? Because we need to have a chat.
Have a chat with her, bro. Let's talk about it.
No, because who came up with dream job? Like, why do we do that?
I think when I think of dream job, though, I think it's like a job that doesn't feel like you're working. That's
No,
what
but
I
why are we
consider.
working?
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't feel like you're working because we all
Work
have
is work.
unfortunately we all have to work to make our dues
No,
and
because
pay
like
our way.
the Lord put us on the earth.
I know he really did.
He said, "Be free, be happy."
I don't know why
you
humans decided to do
rejoice.
this.
Who invented capitalism?
I really-
Why are we doing?
Just like,
Who did that?
come to the front,
Please.
please.
Starting as a dental nurse, I feel like that's not my dream job. That's a job that pays my bills.
Yeah,
But it makes sense
Yeah.
for my dream job, if that makes sense. It's
Yeah.
setting me up for a pathway
yeah.
but
But also,
to get there.
it's hard. It's so hard. The
Yes.
job market is really difficult,
Hey,
and I think sometimes
y'all are struggling out here.
Yeah, I think
Ooh.
sometimes, like it may feel like sometimes it feels like, oh, I feel like a bit like loser, and because you're not working the job that feels right in the moment. But sometimes you're gonna have to work a job that has nothing to do with what you want to do,
True.
but it's providing money. There's so many people who are actors but they work in restaurants,
Period.
and it has nothing, what's that got to do with acting, but it pays the bills.
It
And it may feel
does.
miserable in the moment, but you never know, because you're still working towards the goal. You should never like count yourself out as you're like, that's a person who's working hard. Straight up, like you're here trying to work towards your goals, and you're really trying to fund the dream, and it's like, I think it's, I personally think people like that are so much more braver, because it's, it
They're trying to balance two things.
Yes, it feels easier to go for a job that, one, gives you good money, and it seems to have like a good standard, like I can work towards something with this, even though it's it's kind of tied into what I want to do, but not really. Instead of people who go straight for it.
We have a lot more ambition. I think this set of
What, the generation?
Yeah, I feel like we do have a lot of ambition in terms of like wanting to be something. So we do pressure ourselves, and then we have flipping social media.
Yeah,
and like all of the, I feel like one of the reason why we put like pressure on ourselves is because of all the things that we're being fed. Like, oh my god, I feel like we live in a world now where like flipping 20-year-olds are like now like millionaires. Like, oh
and
my
it's so
god,
realistic,
like,
'cause that
it's
doesn't,
bizarre,
that
but
does
like
not happen every day. Like,
it really doesn't. But like it's now creating like this new like thing of like, we have to make it by this time.
yeah.
I feel like
Everyone
we've now
sets
put
themselves
like time
timelines.
limits.
Yeah.
I think that's where the guilt comes from.
And it
The
makes
fact that
no
we're time
sense.
crunching.
We shouldn't have to do that, because everyone has their own lane. Everyone has their own journey. No one is moving faster or being all slower than another person. What you do is like, has nothing to do with where
What
I'm
you need to
going
be
or where
doing,
I'm
yeah.
at. People never have the same start in life. Some people grow up in like a middle class family with connections, two parents in the household. Other people have a single parent in like a lower economy. You're not, it's
We're
not,
not starting from the same starting
we're
point.
not from the same starting point. So it's unrealistic to say that we're supposed to do this and we're supposed to do that, because your journey is not the same as anyone else's. It's
just
yours.
so
It's
easy
yours.
to,
It's your
to
story.
take on that ideology.
Yeah.
It's so easy to take on that ideology of like making it by a certain time.
Yeah, because we've all done it.
Exactly.
We've all done
I
it.
won't lie.
I do it all
I
the
am
time.
very much in that bracket.
It makes me so like it, but it genuinely makes you so
I am
miserable
in that
looking at people, especially people
It
who are
really
younger than you,
does.
who have the job that you want, and you're just like, damn, like, oh,
Yeah.
and you look at yourself like you're the problem, and it's
You
like,
gotta
no,
do
actually.
something.
Yeah, and it's funny because it's like, actually, it's like, oh, they did well. We should look at it. It's like they did well. It's a bad habit, the jealousy that comes out, because that's what it is.
It is.
It's jealousy. Like, that's how I feel. It's if I'm being real with it, it's feeling jealous. It's like you want what they have, and it's like, no, you can want what they have and admire it, but also be like, good on them, good for them, instead of now turning on yourself and being like, but there's also
Do
the
better.
voices in your head of telling you that
It is.
it's you.
I'm not gonna lie, I am very much in that bracket. Yeah, I do have that voice in my
Yeah,
head.
yeah.
And you know what? It
Me
drives
too.
me, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna let it stay.
it
does drive me. I'm
gonna let it stay.
I do have that voice, but I allow it because it pushes me to be better.
I understand what you're saying.
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
gonna lie. I do be time crunching, but sometimes I have to remind myself, hey, it's okay if you don't get this done within a year.
Mm.
Like, it's okay. It's not realistic.
Yeah.
Yes, still drive yourself towards that goal, but it's okay if you don't meet it.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like I'm just so ready to live my
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
Like, I
And
think that's what it is. I'm ready to live my life.
It's crazy because you don't know what's gonna happen in the next. We don't even know what's gonna happen in the next
Next
5
year,
minutes.
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like,
Mm.
how are we so sure about the plan that we're given? Because what's that saying? It's
Oh
like,
my god.
you know,
Mm.
they'll start saying that's like, you know, you
God
make
laughs when you
plans.
play.
Yeah,
he laughs in your face when you make plans.
She
I
added
know
the
you
in your
laugh.
face. God laughs when you make plans. It's true. You're
I don't
sitting
want him
here.
to laugh at mine. I'm trying my best.
I had plans back then,
Mm.
so many different plans, and I look back and I think to myself, thank goodness it didn't go. It didn't go to where it needed to be. It happened. Things happen for a reason. And as cheesy as that sounds, it's true. There was
They
a time when
do.
I was like, when I was working at Nando's, and I was just like, generally like, hello, what is this? What am I doing? I'm miserable. Like, what am I supposed to be doing next? It was a bad idea. I should have just gone uni, and it's like, it's a good thing. I look back on it now. I'm just like, he probably was laughing for real. Like,
I just wanted to laugh and help me. Help me. It's a part of the ambition thing. Like, I'm trying to make something of myself and having realistic time frames. Do you know what? My whole thing is I'm rushing so I can stop work. I'm rushing.
I want to retire by 24.
I really do. I'm like ready to retire for real. And so I think the reason why I'm on a time crunch, and also I'm just ready to have that. I'm just such a Disney girl. Like, I'm ready to have my fantasy world of like get the career, get the job, but don't work the job. Meet my husband, get married, have maybe 1 or 2 kids. I am not exceeding 2. Like,
Disclaimer out there,
just so you know, if you're watching. So like, have my kids and then just move somewhere, move to the island. Like, why are we paying taxes? Jesus Christ, taxes take me out. All the struggling.
That was a deep sigh. It really
There
was.
better be a rainbow at the end of this. Like,
They say there's a light at the end of the tunnel. The light seems so far.
it better be something good at the end of that tunnel, or else it's gonna be a problem. I was at a point where I was just like, oh, I don't even want to do this anymore. It's so easy to get so disheartened because we're working so much, and the burnouts, they're just like, I feel like when you're in that burnout period, it really comes down, doesn't it? It really is like, oh, you know, sod this. And like, I don't want to do this anymore.
It's true.
So
There's moments where you're doing just like, nah, forget about
I'm
it.
good.
I question to myself, do I really want to do this?
Do you know what? I'm gonna
Do
live
I
off
actually want to
benefits.
do this?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
And I know that's not me because the real me wants it. She wants it bad, and that's why
Really bad.
you have to ignore ignore.
Oh,
Ignore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's why you have to ignore that noise. And it's so hard. It's easier
No, you
said
really
than done,
do.
but you really have to push through it.
Communicating with my patients, talk to my patients, interacting with them, and then seeing how the fact that, like, me being my nice sweet self, you know, like,
Wrap it
me being my nice sweet self, like, they be appreciating it, and I'm just like, I could do so much more. I could help you so much more. And then I think about how I would use it, like, if when I become a
I love moments that remind you of why you want to do what you're doing in the first place, because that's what keeps
exactly
that's what keeps you going sometimes.
And I think about the future a lot. Like, when I actually do become a dentist, I think about giving back a lot. I think about going back home and being like, giving out free services. Like, yes, I'm a dentist. You want me to fix your teeth? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think about that a lot, and I'm just like, you can't achieve that as a dental nurse. So guess what? You're gonna have to work hard. You're gonna have to do it. But I'm just tired of working hard. I just want to be a soft girl. I'm sick of this ghetto.
So our final question is: if nobody was judging you and money wasn't a factor, what kind of woman would you be, and what would your life look like? I feel like that's a really good one.
That is a good question. If money wasn't a factor.
Yeah, and nobody was judging you. I think that's a very important bit of that question. If nobody was judging you.
I feel like that's such a deep question. I don't know. If nobody was judging, I feel like.
And you know what's funny? It's like people are gonna judge, but they're gonna forget in like 5 seconds.
No, but it matters so much to you as the person.
Yeah, I know. But that's what stops people from doing the thing they want to do, because they're concerned.
I'm really thinking about this question. Yeah, go on.
They're really concerned about being perceived, And in this life, you have to be perceived like unfortunately, it's just one of those things. Is that's the kind of society we live in. But I think, to answer the question, if nobody was judging me and money wasn't a factor, I think, one, I don't think I'd be working at all. I'd probably put all my energy and time into being um like like producing things, being at drama school, training, trying to network with people is another thing I'd probably really want to do. And I think focusing on the judgment aspect, I'd, I was kept posting like singing content, but I stopped. And I always give excuses and things, but sometimes when my main reason is being perceived as being vulnerable and putting yourself out there for people to see and make their own opinions. It's a scary thing for me to do.
No, it is.
It's a scary thing to do, period. It's very it takes a toll, because it's funny, because even like, I think personally as well, I'd be a much more confident woman. I think we're still, like, I'm getting there from the difference from who I was like
Before,
so like 5 to 7 years ago to like now. I've definitely grown a lot more my confidence, because
1,000%.
because like back then, you know, especially in school, I cared so much about what other people thought of me. And they made it known about what they thought about me, I'll tell you that much. I just, people didn't feel people felt comfortable enough to share not nice opinions. So I thought that's what the world was just gonna be like, was just constantly having to you're gonna constantly be judged. The thing I've been trying to tell myself is, other people's opinions is none of my business. That's what I've been trying to really install in me. It's just like, what you think of me has nothing to do with me.
That sounded like such something that my old therapist used to say.
Really?
That doesn't define you.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But it doesn't, though.
Flashback.
Because it's like, do you know how many people like love you and who actually know you? And I would much rather care about what they think of me. It's really, really hard to erase the idea of thinking about, oh my gosh, what people thinking. Even walking down the street sometimes, just like, how do I look? How does my hair look? Am I walking weird? Am I too loud right now? It's like, stop it. Just stop. Like, it's not worth it. And these times, it's like, most of the time, say people do laugh, whatever, it's like they're gonna scorn, forget about it afterwards, or you're never gonna see that person again. It's like, why are we? I really want to, just
come out of that.
And really come out of my shell fully. Is just to really grow into such a strong-minded, woman, person. Which is like, I am, but
you are.
But
No,
I am. But like,
I feel like you've worked a lot on yourself, and you are like building yourself up to those things that you just said. I feel like you are working towards it. So
and like, to be honest, the goal in life is really
to be happy.
I
answered it for you.
If I was to say I was the same person I was when I'm 15, there's a problem.
There is.
You
gonna need that professional therapy.
I don't want to.
We can't help you.
So I know help you. I know I'm not the same person I was when I was 15. Sure. So I want to say I'm not going to be the same person I was when I'm 25. Same as when I get to 30.
Yeah.
Facts. But yeah, that's literally like, I think also, like, I think also answer this question for yourself as well, is if nobody was judging you, if money wasn't a factor, what kind of person would you be? And just what does that look like to you? What does that dream life look like to you?
I think you should also think about that question and try to factor that in to how you can actually make that your reality today. Like, as you said, how can you start now? Because even though, yes, it's what ifs, but how can we make that what if
a reality? I don't want to get to the end of my life, or just life in general, and keep thinking what if, because I think that's such a that's regret, and regret isn't something we should have in our hearts at all. It's like, I don't want to think, oh, what if I did this and what if I did that, because that means I didn't really truly live the life that I wanted for myself. And I think that's another thing, is if we really are constantly caring about what others think, then we are sort of living our lives and painting our lives for them, and we're not here. We're not here to make other. We're not here to live our lives for other people. That makes no sense. It's your life.
There you go.
Live it.
in a world where there was no judgment and there's no money, I don't know if I don't think I'll be well. Why would I be working? I think I'll probably spend a lot more time connecting with people. I feel like I'll do a lot more traveling.
Yeah, that's a good point,
I'll do
actually.
traveling. I feel like because of how I am, I think I probably still would want to do something to help people.
Mm.
Um, and then in that way, it wouldn't feel like a job. It wouldn't feel like a chore because I'm getting up today and I'm saying, oh, I feel like I want to help someone
Yeah,
today.
yeah, yeah. Like you said, I want to contribute meaningfully to this world. Like, was that English?
You're
Contribute
meaningfully.
meaningfully to this world.
Your answer was so selfless.
Oh,
Period.
thanks.
Love that. All right.
Well,
I
I
was
mean,
like,
but
I'm not working.
well, I said I also would quit to like focus on the things I'd want to
Yeah.
focus on, you know. But because in reality, it's like what I'm doing isn't my dream job.
It's
I
not.
do think it's like I'm just in a stage where I'm like
We're building.
seeing if like is there something I would want to do here in case my dream job doesn't happen, which is
Mm.
another bad habit I really want to kick. Is I would really love to just go straight in for things with
Yeah.
having
You're
I
working
really
on
want to
that
have
plan B when you should be on plan
yeah
A.
yeah I have a really bad habit of doing that. I really want to learn to trust trust in God entirely, jump full sin. I always feel
Realistically,
like my dreams
yeah.
aren't realistic. I think that's what I think to
Do you
myself
know what?
sometimes.
That's why they're called dreams.
Yeah.
Because we gotta dream big. You gotta do it.
But well, I was talking about this today actually. It's like sometimes you have to really think to yourself, if other people have it, why can't I?
Mm.
It's not unachievable because other people have it.
Yeah.
So why do I think when it comes to myself that it's unrealistic all of
Yeah.
a sudden?
Just gotta
And I
have the
think
faith, girl.
yeah, and I think it also ties in with the judgment thing as well. Is like
Yeah.
I think, and I make it up in my head that I'm thinking other people probably think I don't think she can sing that well. That's what I think to myself.
That's your
I
problem.
don't think she's that great of an
I
actress.
think a lot of people can't sing well, but guess what? They
They
made
sing.
it. Period. And I'm gonna be there, front row. If I'm gonna be on stage too. But also, you never know. If you don't try, you never know. And I feel
Yeah.
like I feel like this is what's good about us right now and what we're doing right now because we're taking not really a leap of faith, but we're taking a step. You know, this is something I feel like we're creative people and we're taking the step to actually put
Yeah,
ourselves out there.
it's so important to have a supportive system,
Mm.
and it's okay sometimes. What's that? Have you seen that Lady Gaga saying where she's just like, you can have 1,000 people in a room, and 999 don't believe in you, but there's that one person. Have you seen that video?
It's the accent.
That's all she says every time she does it in her speeches, and she's right.
It's the accent.
It's
It's
true.
killing me. Period.
You just need one person to
Yeah.
really believe in you and have faith in you, and like,
And you can be that one person.
yeah.
How about that? Period. You
I was talking about this with Jasmine, who's our friend. She's one of like my best friends, and she sent me this like Instagram quote that just said, it said like, your wins are my dreams too, and I think that's the
Ooh.
kind of people you should have around you.
Oh,
That
was so cute.
I know that was really sweet,
She's so
actually.
sweet. Oh my god.
I'm hormonal. That might bring a tear to
Yeah,
the eye.
don't do it.
But like genuinely, I think that's the type of people you should
You
have
need
around
around
you.
you.
Is like, it's just like your wins are is my wins
Where
too.
those people-
It's like,
Oh my god. Where are those people?
okay.
Am I your person?
Yes, darling. Chase the dream. Life is way too short to not do
Girl,
it.
dive head first.
Chase the dream.
Just don't fall.
Because you're going to regret so much if you don't do it. You're gonna think
Mm.
about you're gonna think to yourself, damn, I should have wish I'd done that. Like Thames, she used to work as like a marketing executive at like a
Alright.
random company. Look at her now.
Period.
There's people who
Waist snatch ass facts. I feel like I'm saying it to myself too.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
be lazy. Like get up. Just because it's hard work doesn't mean that it's not achievable.
What did
Like,
Kim say?
do it.
When Kim got that, she was like, "Get up off your ass and work," and everybody got on to her. And they said no. They said don't say it.
You want a hot body?
You want a Bugatti?
You better work, bitch. Period.
But no, I agree. It's like
Yeah, work towards
have
it,
that
man.
balance of don't overwork yourself, but don't
cut
stop.
yourself short.
Yeah. Don't think that like, oh, I can do it tomorrow, because
No, do it today.
how do we know
You
if
got the
tomorrow is
strength.
coming actually?
And also think about it. I literally know someone that was like a general nurse, and she's like in her 50s, and she aspired to be a dentist, and in her 50s, she went back to uni
There you go.
and did 5 years of
Yeah,
studying
that's
to be a
another thing.
dentist. So it's never too late.
Yeah,
All
never
you
be
need is
afraid.
just the drive and the ambition. And I
Yeah.
feel like we all need to have a bit of ambition, guys. We
Yeah.
got to do something.
Yeah. And I think never ever be afraid to start over.
Yeah.
If you this is what this life is for. People start over all the time. Like it's not a race. What are we racing towards? What's
Because
like
we all gonna die.
I'm so sorry.
I feel like this was a good topic. But yeah, you should let us know what you guys think. Are you the chase your dreams, your dream job type of person, or are you let's pay these bills type of person? Yeah.
And to sort of end this is you literally can do anything you put your mind to. Like this life is for you to live.
Oh,
Don't stop chasing your dreams until you get them,
believe it.
because you would never ever get a dream that's been put on your heart if you wasn't meant to have it. You really have to think to yourself, why not I? Why can't I? Why not me? And I think that's what it should be. Is
You was kind.
you was smart, you was important.
Ooh, I like.
I hope you guys enjoyed this episode.
And we'll catch you in the next one.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.